Hi friends, welcome back to the Guitar Spar, and in today's video I'm gonna ask you whether is this the best travel guitar right now in the whole planet, because there are three distinctive points that I'm gonna bring out today before I do a review on this guitar. And this is none other than Furch from Czech Republic. This guitar actually looks, without a cutaway, actually is like a little Jane, exactly a little Jane that I did the review on. And let's get this review started. Firstly, this is a very small body guitar, and it has this 13 inches across this, 24 inches, which is a short scale, 1/3 neck. You got the ebony bridge, ebony fretboard, and the black tusk saddle and tusk nut, and also the Eldorado, the XS strings. Okay, this one is the Pioneer EM, which actually is E stands for the Engelmann spruce top, and the back is African mahogany, as you can see. Okay, the sound hole is relatively small, about 8.5 cm, 8.5 cm or 85 mm. Generally, sound hole for guitars are small body between 10 to 12. Okay, dreadnought is a little bit bigger, but let me explain why. Okay, so the tops are relatively thin, below 3 mm. X-brace is forward shift. There are three distinctive features of this guitar. This guitar, why it sounds so responsive, is because one is it has an X-brace as forward shift, but because of the smaller body, generally you have, let me just take out this to explain. This is basically a Martin back. Okay, this is how it's braced. The X brace here, but this is forward shift, and generally that the bridge plate is slightly smaller because the body is smaller in terms of the width, 13 inches. Normally, the for example the GS MIDI is 14.5, and normal OM is between 15, and then the dreadnought the 16, and jumbo 16.5. So 13 is relatively small, and generally you have a bridge plate that is around this size. So what they did was they removed this. They did not brace the tone bars on this. Obviously when you remove this, then the top becomes a little bit more flexible, but also because it's more flexible, it's prone to, how would I say, swelling, like the GS Mini, okay, which they have very thin, but it's great tone. So what that's very smart of this Furch is they increase this whole bridge plate to around this size in a circular manner, so leaving around 2 inches from the edge, right? So you have a bridge plate here that it's almost like this here. Okay, so it's because the bridge plate covers here, it reinforces the bridge plate, but also it frees up around 2 inches, all right, around here, to give you a little bit more of the bottom end, but also a clearer tone. Okay, it's scallop racing. I will not say scallop, I will say very thin scallop, right? And the tops are the X-rays are really different. That's the first one. Second one is, you can see they call it the sound hole booster, right? Sound hole booster is, I don't really like my guitars having a big hole. Generally you've seen holes that are like here, it's just an oval shaped holes and stuff like that, or maybe smaller holes. Or I do like the bevel sound hole on the bevels by the Ryan guitars, right? Kevin Ryan guitars. But this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can have a look of this. Is that why they make this hole smaller, so that this acts like a pump, and then to the, you can actually, you can hear, I've just put it here, just just to show you how, 20-30%, a little bit more of the volume, a little bit more of that surround sound that is built in onto this guitar. This is second groundbreaking game changer on this guitar. The third thing that is actually is the neck, where you will see there's actually, it's called a CNR. CNR system basically is a composite composite neck reinforcement system that is built in. So what they did was they put carbon fiber reinforced into the adjustable neck, and then there's this special, like a a neck reinforcement alloy that is built in. And then generally, just like normal, you have two bolts, right? One bolt and another bolt here. This bolt is basically tightened, and the second bolt has like a cock. It's like a cock. How would I say? It's something like this, about this size, something like this, like a cock, and then you fit it in. So what they say about this CNR is a self-adjusting. So when the top has enormous amount of moisture, the top will swell, and then that piece will swell, and then it will self-adjust the neck backwards, so to compensate, right? So this is the first, I would say, self-adjusting. It's artificial, like it's like artificial intelligence that is working on AI system that is on this neck, right? It's artificial, right? But this is you don't need to remove. There are two ways to do it. If you were to loosen the neck this way, there's a one bolt you can loosen. You can actually bring the neck angle back, and then to compensate for this. Okay, the other thing why this guitar will sound very loud is because they pitch this neck back a little bit, and because it's self-regulating in terms of the way the neck is, this saddle is extremely high, right? So you got a very high saddle. But you may ask me, hey Jarvis, if the saddle is high and the neck is pitched back, wouldn't there be higher tension? Great question. But remember, this scale length is 24 inches against 25.4, 25.5. So the short scale will compensate for whatever higher tension on this guitar. Okay, this guitar comes with a pickup, and with the pickup alone, it only weighs 1.55. Sorry. So if you think about maybe 100 grams for the pickup and the battery, it should be 1.4. So this is really lightly built. Full solid back and sides. So Engelmann top, back and sides, African mahogany neck, die-cast tuners that is 1:18 ratio, right? So beautiful. I've set up this guitar. It comes with tusk saddle and tusk nut, but the saddle, the profile doesn't really correspond. So I've used a reverse radius block to radius this, and also increase the height a little bit to ensure that at the 12th fret. But let's listen to how it sounds, because tree breaking game changer. It's a little bit bright because this guitar is new, and over time the Engelmann spruce top should warm down a little bit. If this was done by Taylor, they would have like shouted basic marketing. Let's listen to how it sounds, capo on the third fret. Okay, third fret. Um, I go through lengths to really try to explain as much as I can. I know sounds really good. Incidentally, this guitar comes with a lovely hard case. Okay, the hard case looks like that. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to give you lots of information and pretty nice hard case. I don't know where is it made. And let me just open up and just show you. So pretty light hard case, and it's plush inside. It's not that cheap case where it's thin. So if this guitar just falls off a little bit, it won't break your guitar. I'm very very sure. Then one more finger down there. Woo, 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 woo. right, there you get it. There you get it. The Pioneer EN for Furch or Furch, available in Singapore. If you're in Singapore, the sole distributor. There's only one distributor. Is none other than Heirlooms. A like the air of the world. Heirlooms. LOOM. Music or guitars are music, right? Heirloom music. And if you were to just tell them you saw this video and you want to buy one of this, just tell them the Guitar Spa, and then they will provide a special discount code to you applied on this price. I don't get anything right now. I'm just happy if you want to have something that is full solid, right? Because a lot of the small travel guitars are not solid. So this is something that's solid with the three main points. You get a special bracing that the bridge plate is slightly larger, so it frees up the top. Okay, you get the sound hole boosters disc, and then it provide you not just for your audience really relatively beautiful tone, but also for you, right? So it's for not just for the audience, but also your personal pleasure. And the CNR, the composite neck reinforcement system that is built in on this, that is self-regulating, or I call it AI system, right? Because it will just react to the humidity and just self-adjust, right? But the main thing about this advantage is, if in ever you want to do a neck reset, it's probably one of the easiest, because inside this neck bolt system was one bolt, and then there's another one with this wooden is about 2 inches. Once you release that, you can actually bring the neck back a little bit without detaching the whole neck, right? So this is basically the very innovative system that is advanced, and the neck is stiff because there's composite or carbon fiber that's reinforced there, and then there's like a T joint here. This is the special alloy, or they call it aluminum alloy, which is not that heavy, but though this guitar the neck is heavier than the body, because remember the body is slightly built, and there's back braces on this guitar, and black plastic binding on the top without the back. The backs are not. So beautiful guitar. Let me know what you feel about this guitar. I feel personally it's relatively bright because it's new, because of the plastic saddle, the touch saddle. I will probably try to fit a bone or the FMI, and then take another review for you to show you the warmness, because with Force Life Mammoth ivory saddle on this guitar with the Engelmann, it will be phenomenal. It will be outstanding. It will be sweet. Very woody on this guitar, and I want to just do this review for your sake, because you are my fans, and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. See you soon. Bye bye.